Hey guys, it's Mitch. How's it going? We're coming to the end of issue 3, eventually, over these next few weeks. This is the first of 3 covers that are going to be on issue 3 of Blood Force. So, just before we get into this, if you enjoy the channel, if you feel like you might want to help out a little bit, go subscribe on my Patreon. Links are in the description. It gives you early access to everything I do, helps out the channel, helps to buy new comics, all that good shit. Alright, so yeah, this is going to be variant cover A. I'm not sure why I didn't start with the regular cover, but I didn't. I think this seemed like a bit of a more fun idea. So this is going to be a parody, well, yeah, parody, I suppose, of Incredible Hulk number 340, of course, by Todd McFarlane. The classic Wolverine shot with the Hulk reflected in the blades. And I'm like, hey, I've got a character with blades. I can do that. I can't focus, but that's okay. We never can. The toughest part of this was trying to emulate the Todd lines, because Todd lines are very different from the kind of lines I usually do. They seem to be very organic, where I don't think he has any real kind of pattern with what he's doing. It just feels like he goes, and then, he kind of explores and finds the shape of the lines as he's going. So when I get to, when I'm doing like a parody or like an imitation of somebody else's lines, I try to get it as close as I can, which isn't always super close, but yeah, it was tough in this. There was a lot of like looking back and forth, and just okay, I think I've got something kind of close to what's going on here. And honestly, the end result is like I'm not super happy about, but like part of that is because this isn't a drawing I would make. It's a weird kind of feeling, really. Yeah, so I think we're gonna get some masking going on here. Yeah, I don't do a lot of masking usually, but I definitely think it was a good idea in this case. We've got our super stretched out mouth that doesn't make any sense to me, really. But, works in the context of the parody. I don't like the eyes, but the eyes are pretty close. And, it still doesn't look anywhere near as cool as the actual Todd cover, of course. Maybe it's just because I don't have the same kind of confidence in what I'm doing. I mean, nobody has the confidence in what they're doing that Todd has when he's doing, like, fucking anything. I'm sure Todd brushing his teeth is, more purposeful than I am at my best moment. But oh yeah, this is an interesting part, because this is where I'm trying to, like, most of the lines up until now are copied pretty, like one for one from the original. This is where I have to kind of make stuff up a little bit. It'll be extra fun when we get to the hair. There's no hair on Wolverine, not like that. And yeah, I'm trying to add in some extra details and stuff, because Todd loves his noodly details. I think I should have gone a little extra on it, to be honest. These are the ones where, because I tend to like blank out and just like, I don't know, I'll miss whole patches of lines and not realize I'm doing it. So I think I should have just gone extra and thrown in some stuff that, I didn't see exactly, but felt like it would have fit in with the drawing more. I think it would maybe would have been a little bit happier with it then. And the inking on the body here, the spotting of blacks is really interesting. Because again, it's not a pattern I would do, but I do like the way it turns out. I believe this is Bob Wyacek doing the inks on this. And it's, yeah, kind of abstract patterns. It's not entirely like muscle groups or anything. And he's got some really nice, like, quick brushwork, which I can't quite do just yet. I mean, oh yeah, here's that hair. Trying to copy something approximating Bob Wyacek inking on the hair was a bit of an adventure. And so you got to do like Rob Liefeld-esque hair as inked by Bob Wyacek. I guess that does exist. I mean, Rob Liefeld started out getting inked by Bob Wyacek, so at least with Marvel anyway. So I probably should have looked at that for some kind of reference, but didn't do that. The hair looks okay. That's all right. And then, yeah, some reverse masking, making sure I don't accidentally cross over the blades. That all turned out fine. And adds some nice little depth here. Todd, of course, is a big fan of just throwing layers on things. which is good. And you can see right here, I'm not paying attention to proportion. So that fist is way off because the fist isn't in the original. It's just kind of the back of the hand. But Hawkstab's claws don't come out of the back of his hand, they come out the side, so I had to make it up. And not paying attention to just how frigging gigantic that head was, I just kind of, I went with it. And now he's got these tiny little Donald Trump hands. It's like, oh, now I'm realizing this is how big that hand should be. Well, shit. How do we do it? Am I going to have to white this out? No, I'm not going to white it out. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a hand on a separate piece of Bristol and then cut that out and paste it on. And because I was using a ruler for the blades, I can actually do the corner and the edge of the Bristol to match up with the blade here, and that should theoretically work okay. And I don't think it looks too bad. I'm using the original as a reference and everything because it's right there, so why not? And again, trying to get that Bob Wyatt kind of look. It's it kind of looks like it. And at least this was smart, getting the ink underneath it before pasting the thing on top. Yeah, trying to emulate these Wyatt lines, it was kind of tough. I'm not usually this, I don't know, where I just go by the feel of it. Which is what that felt like to me. Oh, wait. Okay, so now cutting out the hand with the X-Acto. I didn't black it in. That wasn't smart at all then. I thought I was smarter than I was. Looks okay, but now you got a black... Yeah. Oh, that's why, right? Because he's got that disc thing on his chest. Okay, fair enough. Could have figured that out without putting the thing on top first, though. Yeah, now, okay. Do your coloring in, and then you gotta, painstakingly color in all the ragged bits that are around. There's much more than I would have expected. But we're pretty much done the Hawkstab part of things. And then I think someone said you should do the antagonist in this, which is Nightstick, reflected. It's oh shit, yeah, that's the other point of the composition, really. And again, wasn't... wish I'd been thinking about it a little bit more. I just kind of did a head straight on. It's a bit of a boring shot, really. This is just kind of a standard, dude looking in the reflection shot, really. It's all right, but I think it could have gotten a bit more interesting either with the lighting or the angle or something like that. And this got, I think, much more, my usual kind of lines. I wasn't even thinking about McFarlane at this point, I don't think. Doesn't match up too badly, really, because there's still a good amount. I'm going a little bit extra, because there's those, diamond-shaped eyes that I don't do. So maybe I am thinking McFarlane a little bit. And, didn't think at all about where the stick should be placed. Just in front, And then, this hair is not... I'm not using any kind of reference for that. Nope. Oh, well. And that hand is also a little bit small. Maybe not as small. Should be okay. And, I don't know, these knuckles, I always have difficulty because I want to put more detail on knuckles, and then I get to them and I go, okay, but where? It's a flat surface pretty much. It's a tube. I could throw in, fake detail on it, but it doesn't add anything. If anything, it feels like it feels like you're making shit up. Anyway, that is the finished variant cover A. So I like that a fair bit. Not as much as the next one, but probably more than the actual cover. I'm considering actually doing a new version of the cover for issue 3 at this point, because I'm not really too happy with how the finished one turned out. But this one, decent enough. And the idea was more fun than the other covers, so that kind of makes up a lot of ground. So yeah, that is the first variant cover for Blood Force number 3. Thanks very much for watching. If you like this video, please hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notifications so you know when the next one's coming out. Go over and subscribe on my Patreon. It gives you early access to everything I do, from the Blood Force stuff to the YouTube videos before they get uploaded to YouTube, as well as some Patreon exclusive content. You can also follow me on Instagram and DM me there for commissions, and you can join the Blood Force Discord server. Yeah, that's going to do it. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.